I've been thinking a lot about why our society is seemingly so depressed, so anxious, and so dissatisfied more than seemingly ever before. And I don't have an answer. I know it's a combination of many things and I don't have a solution, but I do have something that I think could help a lot of people feel a lot happier. And it's actually pretty simple. We live in a self-centered society. We're focused on the pursuit of more rather than recognizing what we already have and creating something beautiful out of that. So to me, it makes sense that so many people are unhappy. We constantly see curated feeds that show all smiles and happiness in front of my Ferrari, or while I'm frolicking dancing through the streets of some exotic country, or kissing under the twinkling starlights on the ceiling of my Rolls Royce. Okay, I'm being a little bit dramatic, but you get the point. Happiness tends to look like things, like beauty, like travel, like the accumulation of things, like visible, tangible things. So it makes sense that people would compare their life in their Honda Civic with fabric seats traveling once or twice a year to the coast and think that that's nothing to be excited or happy about because it doesn't look like what the happiness you see everywhere else looks like. That's not what your life looks like. So what is so happy about your life? Now, while of course that is completely untrue, it is so real for so many people. It is such a real feeling that so many people have. And I think it's really selfish. I think when you have that thought, that is very selfish. If I had a Range Rover, if I had 100,000 followers, if I could show off my fit body on the beach and get validation from people, then I would be happy. But why? Why would that make you happy? Why do you think that would make you happy? Because you get more attention on your social media and people would perceive you a certain way? It's so twisted, but it is really real for a lot of people. But you no longer have to feel sorry for yourself and cry on the fabric seats in your Honda Civic because of your lack of worldliness. Here's what you can do instead. But I will warn you, it's going to require you to be selfless. Yes, selfless. In a world full of selfies, full of everything is about me, if I'm having fun, if I look good, how I feel, it's going to require you to step outside of yourself. Once you learn to step outside yourself, now this doesn't mean you have to constantly ignore yourself and your feelings and wants and desires, because those are valid and those are things that matter for sure. But I feel like if people would step more outside of themselves, they would feel a lot happier. You'll eventually get out of your own way and start to recognize the many blessings in your life rather than the lack in your life. So what does it mean to step outside yourself, and how can you do so? I think this is something that could look different on every person, but there are a few things that I personally do or that I would recommend that work for me for stepping outside of myself. You can always serve another person. Smile at someone who might look sad. Look for opportunities as you go about your day or as you're in your community to brighten someone else's day. Pay a compliment. Talk to someone who looks lonely. Volunteer at a shelter. Donate things if you can, if that's still going on right now with the way the world currently is. But there are so many ways that we can step outside of ourselves, and I promise you, if you can learn to make it a consistent practice to step outside of yourself, you will feel a lot happier when you're not so focused on you. When you can take a step back, focus on other people for a bit, and serve them and recognize the blessings in your life, you will feel a lot happier when you're being selfless. I want to reiterate, this doesn't mean abandoning your needs and your desires out of life. It's not always a bad thing to strive for more. But being more selfless will change the way you start to see life, the people around you, and your own circumstances. So next time you're feeling unhappy after scrolling through your perfectly curated feed, remember, things, materialism, money, beauty, those things will never make a person truly happy. They may be happy for a season, but that happiness isn't something that will last or be true for an extended, long, meaningful period of time. Service, gratitude, selflessness, being present for the moments that matter, those are more of the things that will make you happier for much, much longer. And you'll actually experience that real, true happiness from those types of things. Now, I encourage you to try it out. See what a difference it can make for you in your life, and leave a comment below letting me know what you're going to do to be more selfless, or what you do to be selfless in your life. I'd love to get some more ideas or hear what you guys are doing to be more selfless and to experience the joy that comes from that selflessness. Now, if you're wanting to know how you can get involved with more selfless acts in your own life and spread a positive message along the way, I will leave a little link in the description so that you can see what I'm creating that I call INSPIRETY, which is inspiring society to put our phones down and be present for the moments that matter. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you decide to incorporate more selflessness and become more selfless in your own life so that you can experience the happiness and changes that will come to you in your life from doing so. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will catch you next time.